watch out for the drift going sideways on the court, and what we saw here from Tien Minh, putting it quite wide of that sideline because of the drift as well. Oh, that's a lovely escape shot, isn't it?
3 love.
It started out very well, Maxime MOREELS, and that's of course really positive for him, because you could expect him to be a little bit nervous. It must be his first World Championship
I'm sure
appearance.
It is. Yeah, I'm sure it is. But it doesn't look it, does it?
No. It's also a nice draw in many ways, because I mean, no matter who he would play in the first round, he would play a reasonably strong player. So
yeah.
Here you play a player where you're certain that you get to play a lot of rallies, and you can sort of get accustomed to the court and the circumstances.
There's no doubt that if you look at it from the point of view of the Belgian, to play Tien Minh, you don't get a lot of disguise shots.
No.
You get what you see. And,
but the chance of winning is perhaps a little bit slimmer in the end.
It is. It is. Look at that.
Oy.
That's a good good recovery shot, that one.
3-0.
Yeah, what are your predictions on it?
Yeah. We're talking about points. I think 2 games in the end to win it. But,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait.
Difficult to say. We saw a match yesterday with a
3-4.
similar composure with Chen Long playing Su Jianhao, and that was also a lot of basic game, whereas Su Jianhao only played basic game, whereas Chen Long, he was trying something out. And I mean, this is what we can expect here, rallies that we don't see that often in badminton, because there's not that many players that rely totally on defense, as I think it's fair to say that Tien Minh NGUYEN does, and so does Su Jianhao. So they didn't really go for any openings, or perhaps there weren't any openings yesterday against Chen Long when Su Jianhao was playing him. So we get to see some of the matches that we used to see in women's doubles, where you have to be able to play accurate shots for a very long time to look for the opening.
You open up the defense. It's not so easy. This is definitely a heavy hole to play in, as we call it. Means that the shuttle seems to be slow. They're hard to kill. You have to work hard. You have to have the patience to find the right gaps and the right opportunity to play it.
And some of the things that players and coaches look for is the size of the hole. If there's a certain height to the ceiling, if there's a long way to the spectator stands and so on, it's the timing is a little bit difficult. It's very like most arenas in China, very, very good stadiums, and also a bit similar to the National Indoor Arena in Birmingham, which is, I think, even bigger than this one.
Yeah, I think
positive it is.
Yeah, it's bigger than one, definitely. If they really open up the full arena in Birmingham, then it's massive. So have you any idea where Moreels is training and his training setup? And you know, is he playing for any Danish clubs? Or?
He's not playing for a Danish club, so I'm a little bit in the dark as to where he's training. I know that in Belgium there's 2 wings in the association, a Flemish and a French one. So What center he is part of, I do not know.
Yeah, it's funny. It's always been like that. Even from the days when I used to play, they talked about these two different sides of the Belgium association.
And I actually think that Johan Tan, I'm not totally certain about this, but I think Johan Tan and his sister Liane, who also is a very good player from Belgium. Yeah. I think they played for different sides.
Okay. They were living in different parts of the country.
But I mean,
Get ready.
I wouldn't say anything on that. I just feel that I've heard it.
Yeah, but that could easily be true. Yeah, good attack here by Tien Minh. And is having a comfortable lead here, 8-4. And there's no doubt in my book, watching this match, that Maxime really have to try to find these gaps, have to find ways of trying to score points. I know it's not easy against the Vietnamese, who's getting a lot of shots back, but he's got somehow to find some avenues on scoring points, because otherwise it's just going to be running. Yeah. But eventually the Vietnamese will win. Yeah.
And it's now 9-1 for Tien Minh NGUYEN out of the last 10 rallies. So that's what we often see in these early rounds, that there is quite a big difference in playing strength. Limitations on how many players can enter these tournaments from the same country. The absolute maximum is 4 country, and those limitations are not there in the World Tour, the Super 1000s, the Super 750s. So the first round matches here can be a bit easier, so to speak. Depending, of course, on the draw, because sometimes you draw some of the other strong players that are not seeded.
Yeah, and sometimes national associations also choosing not to send some players because they feel they're too low on the ranking and they don't have an impact on the tournament, so they want to save some cost in it as well.
Nice try.
Interval.
Moreels.
And here, Nguyen Tien Minh is going into the mid-game interval, 11-4 in 9 minutes.
Hold 1, 20 seconds. Hold 1, 20 seconds. Maxime. 11-4. Play, Maxime, play. Play. Maxime. Maxime, play.
And we're ready to commence here after the mid-game interval. 11-4 for Tien Minh.
Service over. 5-11.
That's what I'm looking at. You know, he's got to find these angles. He's got to find these opportunities.
Yeah, and probably finding them at situations where it will normally be a little bit uncomfortable for him to attack, where he would rather play on in his
normal playing style.
Normal playing style, build up a little bit more, but he won't get the chances that he normally looks for in these smaller European circuit tournaments.
And that's the whole idea. You've got to take your chances, even though you feel out of comfort zone. Normally, I usually say, you know, you get maybe one. If you're very lucky, you get 2 chances in a rally. And if you don't take that first one, then you might not ever get it back again.
No. So you could say that it's a whole different way of thinking for some of the players that are playing on the European circuit when they go a level up. They have to, in many ways, rethink their game because they often tend to go too much for the opportunities when they occur, and that means that they're facing better players, so they will get more back. If they don't really think this through, they will start going more and more for the winners, and eventually end up making mistakes.
Well, the same thing is that if you go in and analyze the situation here, and you say, okay, if I'm in the shoes of Maxime MOREELS from Belgium, not only would I go for the chances whenever they occur, but I would try to take them as early as possible.
Yeah, because the longer the rally goes on, the bigger the chance is that Tien Minh NGUYEN will stamp his mark on the rally and have the advantage in chasing his opponent around. And that was one of the situations where a downward shot would have been perfect.
Exactly. And now it's got to come. But he's not behind it.
No.
A good shot down the line there by the Vietnamese.
16.
Cruising.
5.
16-5 up.
Players. Service over. 6-16.
Consolation points, I suspect, here in the final stages of the first game.
Yeah.
Good deception.
Yeah, falling for that one.
Service over. 17.
And this is also one of the things I look at in the men's singles, that you know, you've got to be aggressive on that return of serve.
Yeah.
But a lot of players are choosing actually not to do it. It's almost like a trend at the moment.
It's the second chance of attacking. The first is the service.
17.
And if there's not too much attack on the service, then the service return can be attacked.
Yeah, I agree. I really think that it's an area where players are not focusing at the moment, and something that maybe can come into fashion later again.
Yeah.
9-17.
Shot there by Maxime MOREELS. But all in vain.
Over.
And the thing is that even if that drop shot had come over, his attack would have been neutralized. So the shot you want to go for there is a shot that can maintain you in the driver's seat for the rally. And whilst we've seen this first game out,
19.
Research a little bit that Maxime MOREELS is in fact playing in the French league. 3 major leagues in Europe at the moment, and that's of course the Danish, the German and the French, the 3 main leagues in Europe.
Thank you.
Now we talk about leagues. Isn't England also trying to establish a league?
I'm not really sure. They tried with this very innovative national badminton league where they played to 9 points and
10-19
scoring system, and with rallies that could give 2 points and stuff like that. But it faded out after 2 seasons.
Service over. 20. Game point 10.
So game point has arrived here, very comfortable indeed. Tien Minh NGUYEN Vietnam here, 20, game point 10.
Play. Let. Gwen. Have to make sure. Maxime, be ready. Be ready. Play.
Going long on the back line, so first time of asking here, winning the first game, 21-10.
21-10.
And here we have that last point of the first game, pushed long on the back line by far, as you can see here. And the confirmation, 21-10 in 17 minutes.
Ủa sao tự nhiên có một số trái đánh nhanh quá? Tự nhiên có trái sao anh Nguyên đánh nhanh? Thì cái bắt đầu cho nhưng mà để ý khi
Gwen.
So the man in the picture here, apart from the fact that he won that bronze medal at the World Championship, his greatest successes has actually been in the SEA Games, which is called the Southeast Asian Games. And he has won 3 bronzes. The first one he won way back, and that was in 2007. And then the next one he won was in 2013, and the last one was last year when he played in Kuala Lumpur and got to the semi-final and got the bronze in those SEA Games.
Yeah, that's a pity. That was a good rally for Maxime Moreels. He was trying something here. Good shot. Straight slice from the backhand there from Tien Minh NGUYEN. Totally catches Moreels wrong-footed.
Technically one of the more difficult shots to play.
Very difficult, especially if the feeder shot is coming from across, then it makes it that makes it really difficult. Oh, there's a challenge. I don't think you'll have any luck with that. I just recorded it as going wide. Exactly.
Challenge unsuccessful. 3. 1 challenge remaining. 3 love. Play.
Yeah, that was inevitable.
4.
The gap was so great on that forehand side there for Moreels that it had to go in there. That's better, that's much better.
Good shot. That's the best shot of the match we've seen from Moreels.
Yeah, but
really
I
like that.
Yeah, not only I think the shot, but the whole rally was a lot more positive, aggressive, going in there, going for the flat exchanges, going for the initiative, getting that lift, and then the cross-court smash.
Service over. 5-1.
That was a textbook of as soon as the opponent is leaving, shot on the back line, then you start moving forward.
Hold in.
When Min challenges, call in.
Both have local linesmen here, but also a number of internationals. That there's a group of here it is. Was indeed in.
Challenge
Also
unsuccessful.
a group of international
One challenge
linesmen
remaining.
who travel to
Service over.
big tournaments.
2-6. Play.
It's always good to see that group that follow around. Sometimes, you know, they spend their holidays and so on, and then travel to far ends of the world and sit on the lines in their holiday and call it in or out. That's you know, that creates respect, I think.
Yeah,
it's not an easy job.
it's the behind the scenes personnel, so to speak. They also help educating the local linesmen, so it's a very important group for badminton. It's become a little hit and miss now for Moreels. I looked at a couple of his results, and I saw that one of the results was that he lost in straight games, 11 and 12, to the son of Miss Sidek. And I wonder a little bit how far had he gone on the world ranking. He's been 83, was it, you said?
Yeah, he's been as high as 83, yes.
So, yeah, no, we can take it after the interval.
Yeah. 11-2 it is. Confirmation here in 7 minutes.
Here's the line judge mopping the floor, but there's no one on Tien Minh NGUYEN's side, and I think it should be mandatory that whenever there's an interval, the moppers come on court and look for perspiration that needs to be swept away.
You know, I actually want to go a step further. I want it to be professional moppers.
Yeah, designated moppers. There's no doubt about it. We're going to get that later on in the tournament, because we're waiting a little bit too long before they get back to tend to their linesman job.
Exactly, but also as soon as there's a gap, as soon as they see there's a possibility, they should zoom in and get it done and be out in seconds.
Yes. And I also feel that they should carry the players' towels, so that if the players want a quick towel down, they get it from the mopper. When the mopper comes on, they get a towel there. That would speed up.
That's a good point.
The game.
Yeah. Again, speeding it up.
Yeah.
Doesn't give an opportunity to drink and change the rackets
and the players
powder and all that.
And the players can help the moppers. They can point to the area where the perspiration is, make sure that it's done properly instead of having to call them a second time because they have to find it themselves.
And the referee is called on court here. I have a sneaky suspicion that maybe we have a small blood injury to the knee of Morales. But let's see. Let's see what happens.
That gives an opportunity to sort of carry on from before the interval about this with the world ranking that Morales has reached 83, but there's a number of players that he would have difficulties beating, in my opinion, Asian players that we don't see in this tournament here, and that's in many ways due to the ranking system being linear. That it's totally linear. If you reach the first round, you get a number of points. Second round, a certain percentage of that, and so on. And that means that in many ways, in terms of determining the correct strength of the players that are a little bit lower ranked, it gives a little bit wrong impression sometimes. So you get too much credit for playing tournaments. You should get credit for winning tournaments, in my opinion, or winning matches.
Winning matches. It depends on, you know, let's say if you get to a semi-final in a tournament that's really strong, good draw, strong players in it, then you should have more points than if you're into a semi-final of a similar tournament of the same status, but it's not as strong in terms of entry.
I guess that's a decision whether to make the ranking transparent and then live with the adversities that it's not always entirely correct, especially when you go to the lower ranked players, or having a ranking system that is there's the blood injury.
It's very minor though.
Or having a ranking system that is almost as accurate as you can be, but it's very, very hard to figure it out.
But it also shows that, of course, I have been part of a country in Asia, and there's no doubt that playing Asian tournaments is a lot stronger than, let's say, playing European tournaments at the same level. If you play an international challenge or an international series, then it's a lot stronger when it comes to playing in Asia.
Yeah, definitely. Getting some extra court time, extra practice playing in the arena, Tien Minh NGUYEN.
I sense that he's had enough the way that he walks to the center of that court and ready for serving.
He want to get off now.
Yeah, try to look at this. He's ready to serve again. He's really pushing it. Good play.
Service over. 4-17.
It's going wide. Oh, going long.
I think there's a little bit of a drift alongside the court as well, coming from the far side towards the near side here.
Yep, there is a small one. But we're talking inches. It's quite small.
I think we don't get better playing conditions than we have here.
Nope.
We don't get that on the World Tour. That's absolutely perfect playing conditions. It's been stable the first 1.5 days here, so opportunities for good badminton.
Definitely. It doesn't look like the air conditioning here in the stadium is really interfering at all.
No.
It's very, very little.
Maxime MOREELS challenges called in.
Audience starting to gather around this center court here, as we have very interesting mixed doubles coming up after this match.
We do have. It's called in.
Challenge unsuccessful. No challenges remaining. (19-4). Play.
Yeah, we notice that every time some of the Chinese top players are on court, then suddenly there's a great activity outside the courts, and
Service over.
pictures,
5-19.
photographers, journalists, whatever. There's so many people. It's very busy suddenly.
And I think actually sometimes it can affect the play on the other courts when a huge crowd suddenly starts moving.
Yeah.
Creates a little bit of
uneasiness.
And
Service over.
its own weather system,
20.
temporary weather system
Match
in the
point.
hall.
5.
Yeah, match point has arrived, as you can see. 20 match point 5. And it's just a matter of time. It might come there. It did. 21-5. Which means that NGUYEN Tien Minh from Vietnam is winning 21-10, 21-5.
Match won by Tien Minh. 21-10. 21-5.
And that was just in 32 minutes. So one of the very quick matches here on the second day of the World Championship. And this man in the picture safely into the second round. And here we got the confirmation. 21-10, 21-5 in a very, very, very one-sided match in 32 minutes. Which means that NGUYEN Tien Minh is going to play Anders Antonsen from Denmark in the following round.